again.
We're live?
Yes.
We're live again.
That was crazy. I don't know what happened.
Hallelujah. Oh, let me turn on my light.
Alright, I'm just gonna tag you again. Okay.
Yep, scares me every time.
Okay. So, let's see. I was talking about. Oh, I mean, I was talking about all that stuff that I was gonna get into and whatnot. That's the dream, to do all that full time and give back and do all sorts of fun stuff like that.
Right.
So when you say entertainer, what do you think? What comes to mind first? Like, what's top? Like, if you could be that right now, like, what would it be?
It would probably be more comedic roles first, like break out into like a comedic role.
Okay.
Probably like probably like comedic action,
Okay.
action comedy. Yeah,
Action comedy.
yeah, because I like doing like physical work. I like, going out there, acting like I was an action star. Like when I was younger, especially, when Mortal Kombat came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and my brother used to practice on like, we'll do like stupid moves, like Hadouken, and like get over here and the freeze move, all this stuff.
Mm.
And like we would act it out. We would act it out at the YMCA. Like it was, we used to go to like an after school program or like at the YMCA.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would. There was a time that they had like a segment or like a part of the day where we played like charades.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my brother, we did like Mortal Kombat moves. Like I did Sub-Zero's freeze, and then like my brother did like the get over here,
Mm-hmm.
and like people didn't get it, and so I was like, man, like I really like. It would be nice if it came out, like if there was like edits, stuff like that.
I see.
But yeah, I always saw myself doing like an action movie or like a comedic, like action comedy.
Hmm.
It's so hard now for like for Asian guys
Mm-hmm.
to land something in like Hollywood. There's so much competition, and like I believe the Asian guys don't have that masculinity
Mm-hmm.
like many Asian guys, who want to pursue like acting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, America, Hollywood wants to see like fucking Chris Hemsworth, that status right there. Leonardo DiCaprio, like anybody who's like over 6 feet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, like I can never be like a main action star, or like a main actor, or like the star of the movie, It's always gonna be a support character, a supporting role, or not even a supporting role, just more like a an extra, to be honest.
Mm.
But I know you can't have that mindset because you got to fight for it.
Yeah.
And, we've slowly been seeing more Asian American or Asians
Mm-hmm.
making it into Hollywood. Like I think the last person, well, that Crazy Rich Asians guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even though he's like halfway, half Asian, like he's still considered Asian,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like in my eyes at least.
Mm-hmm.
But for Asian women, so it's more easier.
Yeah.
It's easier for them to like land a gig, or like a supporting role, or
That's very. Actually, that's true.
producer.
I haven't thought hard about that, but that's true.
Yeah, what?
No, I said I haven't thought about that, but that's true.
Yeah. So like that's why like a lot of Asian Americans become discouraged about like pursuing acting. because it's a road paved in disappointment, tears, and broken souls.
Well,
you have to have like a thick skin. You have to have thick skin in order to make it. Because if you have thin skin and you get you break down every time like you fail an audition or anything, I feel like you're not gonna make it.
yeah. So, I mean, shoot, that is an ambition, and that's a really ambitious ambition. So that's
in my latest vlog.
Yeah.
In my latest vlog, I just made it yesterday actually, but so I try my acting chops by being kind of like serious and dramatic.
Yeah.
With my friend, because I pranked him. Like I took his car and I drove it somewhere, and then like I was pretending like I didn't know where it was. I was like, "Where the hell's your car, dude? Where's your car?"
Mm-hmm.
And like everyone thought I was serious. And then like the next scene, I just put like the Oscar awards, and then like you just see my face and like it was covering up Christian Bale's face.
Oh. Okay.
It was when he won the best supporting role,
Mm-hmm.
the fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that and I pasted my face on top of Christian Bale's,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was waiting for Reese Witherspoon to say like the award goes to Christian, and then like I would like voice over my last name,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. Sorry, I was just overhearing conversation, but yeah, it would just be like a voiceover, just me like yelling out my last name. A lot of people thought it was funny, so
Oh shit.
watch it.
I'm gonna watch some of the
Hello?
latest. Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I thought you might know that.
grass is greener. It's very difficult for your. I might have to type your name.
But
Okay, there you go. I see you. Gonna put that in my notes.
and like another thing of why I wanted to be an entertainer, like growing up, like
Mhm.
that's why like I was dancing because I wanted to be an entertainer. Like I just liked the fact that I was, like people were watching me. They were watching me and like the people I was with.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were all like we were front and center of like the stage,
Mm-hmm.
And like it felt really good. Like before going up on stage and before performing, you always have those jitters, those last minute jitters, where you're just like overthinking about everything. Like, are we gonna do good? How like am I gonna mess up?
Mm-hmm.
But then when you get on stage, all that goes away. Like, you know how it is, right?
Yeah, of course.
All those fears, all those concerns, they go away, and like you're just like killing it. Like everything that you practice for, just throw it out on the stage. Like really show the crowd what you've been working on,
Mm-hmm.
and like give zero fucks. Even if you fuck up, just like keep going.
Mm.
That's why I keep telling Kevin.
Yeah, he's been doing better. I saw him today.
Yeah, he's really good. Like he's a really good freestyler. That's for sure. I give him that. Really great freestyle. You, Kevin, are a really great freestyler.
I'm gonna tag him.
If you ever watch this, I applaud you.
Kevin. Oh, Kevin gets a shout out. Let's see if there's a time. A shout out. There has to be a time somewhere. Oh, Kevin gets a shout out.
Shout out to our old crews, man. Just like like Charlie, Peter, Adam or Ian, as he likes to be called,
Yeah.
Kevin, Sakori, and then we got your crew, like your what was it? I know Cullen was in it.
Yeah.
I know Billy was in it.
Oh my
Billy,
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You man, we gotta give it up to you too, man.
Mad
Like,
people.
Yeah, there's so many people, so many.
That's so funny. Everyone's an adult.
Yeah, we're 18. Oh no, 19. Well, I was like 21 at the time.
Yeah, we were all
And then
young.
you guys were like,
adults.
you guys were really young. You guys were like 18. You guys like started.
Yeah, it was good times. It's one of those things. It's like it was a long time ago, but it also kind of feels like it wasn't. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just like I remember back in like it was just yesterday. Like I just remembered like
It was good.
like it
times.
felt like it was just yesterday, where like me, Sakori, and Peter were dancing in front of my mirror,
Mhm.
like in my old apartment, like my mom's house. We were just like dancing for like a talent show for our workplace at Chuck E. Cheese, and dude, it was fucking hilarious. Like I missed that. I missed that bond that we had,
Mhm.
and then we met up with Charlie and Kevin, and
Mhm.
then we just and Adam, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just kicked it, and then hit it off from there.
That's so cool.
Now they're all branched out into doing what they want to do, and I applaud them for that. I respect them.
Mm.
They will always be my brothers, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah. So it's funny. It's funny because like we all came together, and now we're all doing our separate things. Peter's like sponsored by like some car company.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. Charlie, he's teaching his own classes. Like he's a teacher and he does Uber. And then you got Kevin working on himself, being a great freestyler and putting the effort in learning different styles of dance. And then you got Ian, he's a DJ now.
DJ, right? Yeah.
He's a dubstep DJ, which is amazing because like I go to support him. I always support him. I show him some love, and he's really good. He's really evolved. Like his music is good. Like if you're into that scene.
Mhm.
And then there's me and Sakori. Sakori's a vlogger as well. He's a Twitch streamer.
Oh.
Me, who's just a vlogger. I'm more focused on that than anything else. Because
Awesome.
you know, I'm trying to. I'm like really trying to make it. Like I just got my 200 subscriber today,
Yeah.
and
I see.
I feel so happy. I feel so happy.
Congrats.
Yeah. Like even though it's just 200, like it's still a milestone to me. Because I remember when I was like struggling for subscribers when I was like at 49 subscribers.
Mhm.
Now here I am, almost a year, 200 subscribers.
That's cute.
Now let's hit this other milestone, 300.
And I'm just looking through the thumbnails and all that, and titles. What are you using for photo editing software?
Oh, for editing?
Yeah.
My editing software? It's Adobe Premiere Pro.
Okay.
Yeah, I use that because I don't own an iMac. I mean, iBook Pro.
Mhm.
iMac Pro. MacBook Pro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, wait, hold on. MacBook Pro. Yeah, I don't own that. I wish I did. It's expensive.
Oh.
Yeah,
This is cool.
like an app, like and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the main reason why.
Damn, I forgot what was going on in my head, but as I was going through B school and I hit you up about the homeless thing, I have the same feeling about like a lot of things where it's like, I just have to do it. Like I felt that way about stocks. I was like, I'm just gonna put money in the stock market just to do it, right? Just like a lot of other things. And I wanna, act on this project that I've, thought of for a while. And B school in the beginning, they make you very early.
It's still going off. It's still crackling now.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. What? Those things, it's like, it was a long time ago, but it also kind of feels like it wasn't. Wait, what?
Yeah, like it was fine before. And then when you start talking...
I don't know what to do. On the stream, it sounds fine. What the fuck?
On the stream?
Yeah, I think it sounds fine on the stream.
Okay. Alright, well, I guess just keep going. Because I can make out what you're saying. It's just that like I just hear like interference on my end.
That's shitty. Hold on. No? Yes, no?
Nah, it's still crackling, but hey, let's just continue this.
Yeah,
you try to put more money in the stock market. I just recently did that too.
Hold on. I'm gonna switch, so I can still use the same mic for the stream, but I'll probably use a different mic for you. So let's see if that works. How do I sound now?
Yeah, you sound good.
That sound good?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm using the mic on my camera for you, but they should be able to hear the mic for the actual stream.
All right, that's cool.
Just get a head? Why is this guy saying just get a house head? What do you mean a house head? Flippin' Sandman. Okay, so the homeless thing, right? Yeah, I just want to start sooner rather than later, like just to talk about it, how often we have to meet about something, construct the concept, or maybe there's so many different ways to go about it.
Yeah.
I mean, since then, like, have you thought about like stuff and ideas, or
like I thought about taking maybe like some homeless people, really, or just one. We can start with just one first. Really clean them up, if they want. Like this is all like out of consent.
Yep.
So we'll like pitch our idea, like what we want to do, and if they comply, we can go ahead with the process of getting them cleaned up. That means like getting a place to stay. We can fund that for them. Cleaning them up by like giving them a haircut, because my mom does hairdressing, so I'm pretty sure she wouldn't mind helping me on this project. Really giving them something to eat, taking care of them, like, and they're really trying to push them to find a job, or like if they want like to make their lives better. So even at McDonald's, like,
yeah, just
as long as they get something,
Yeah.
Like, there's many people out there. There's so many people out there that doesn't have that opportunity at all. So here we are, like, we want to provide that opportunity for them, and not have them like it's also a stigma of like what people like they see like homeless people as like the media doesn't do justice for them. They always make them look like they're crazy. And ever since I went to, well, I've always known this, but like ever since I went to like a homeless shelter, I got to see how they are. They're normal human beings, and that's where like people get like misconstrued that like oh, they just want money because they're homeless because they're on drugs, or they just don't want to do anything with their lives. That's not true. It's like that's unfortunate circumstances. One of my friends actually, who I went to school with in high school, he came out to me while I was in the homeless shelter, like volunteering, and out of all the days, like he came, like he was there. So he came up to me and he was like, "Hey Christian, hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Whoa!" He came up to me like while I was in the you're here, like you're here, like I wasn't expecting you at all. Like what happened?
Mm.
Like oh yeah, like me and my dad or me and my family didn't get along and they kicked me out, and and then I was living at um, well he was living at one of our mutual friends' house too,
Mm-hmm.
and then they decided that he needed to go, you know.
Oh.
So he got kicked out, and he had no place to stay. So that was the only place that took him, which is the homeless shelter. And that's when I realized, like, hey, unfortunate circumstances, like these people aren't crazy. They're not
Yeah.
crazy at all. They're just human beings. They're just regular human beings that fall under that have like misfortune.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate.
So I've yet to go to a home. Yeah, I haven't been to a homeless shelter. I walked into a soup kitchen once. So what else? And fuck, what was I gonna say? I basically don't have like knowledge of like the things that are in place to help people. Like I know in Lowell there's like a transitional home for people or something. So I did want to look. I don't know how much you know, but I wanted to look at the resources like food pantries and all that kind of stuff that's available so that I have a firm understanding, kind of just like, education. So when we do make like content and like try to help somebody, that we have a better idea of what is available versus being like, oh, we don't see anything happening, right? So, and if someone who needs access to that, or maybe someone from there has access, but say like they're mentally broken and they're not in a place where the program is like helping, or like we can just interview them, like, what's it like, and like, do you see yourself getting out of here soon or whatever? And if that's not the case, it's like, okay, well, what do you need? It's like we could, I don't know if we end up like getting in touch with these organizations and businesses instead, or if we're just gonna stick to the plan of focusing on one person, which I still want to do that for sure, but I also just want to learn what's available. Yeah. I don't know how you feel about that, but
yeah, no, I totally agree. That's what we gotta do too. Is just interviewing them, see if they're mentally right.
Yeah, of course.
And then if they really want it, then we can help provide that for them at least. So I just think it's all about the willpower and the effort and the planning that we need to do, and for them as well. So we just gotta like go around asking. Well, we gotta go to the homeless shelter, really ask the administrator like what we can do to like help to get them out of here, pretty much, and see what we can do, like to come up with a plan and like, how to execute it like properly, where we're not forcefully like doing this against their will, like like where it seems like we're doing this against their will. So yeah, I think it's a good thing that we're doing. But like how social media is nowadays, like they can twist like anything. Like if like we help, like say for instance, like we help like a homeless guy.
Yeah.
And then somebody would probably say like, oh, they're helping a homeless guy because they see that he can't do it on his own or something like that.
I think I'm not too worried about like, I can't imagine backlash really.
Yeah, I can't imagine anything.
I think once the whole process is like finished and we kind of, because I can see like a long form mini documentary style type thing with like maybe extended interviews if people really want to like know the person's story, and then like a really short version that people are just kind of probably stop and watch on Facebook for a few minutes.
Yeah, condensed video.
So I could see that happening. But the crazy thing too, I mean, we could think about this another time, I guess, but like I can't imagine what would happen if like it got big and then there were expectations of us to kind of like scale, because with views and numbers, it's also like, oh, it's like business or something, and like, what are we gonna do now that there's a platform and this and this and that, and we could accidentally build a business that we may not necessarily want to.
Right.
Yeah,
I get it.
I've thought about that just a little bit.
Yeah. And, like, people will, yeah, like as I was going, like I'll go back to like how social media will misconstrue everything. Like, you know how we're doing this project, right? We want to like show the world that, you know, homeless people are human beings. Like, there are people probably will say, or the media would be like, oh, they're just doing this for the views. They're just doing this because, like, oh, there's a camera there. If there was no camera there, would they do it? You know? And I think that also falls under like your concerns as well. Like saying that if, you know, we did this, like, are we going to continue doing this for like other people too?
Yeah.
Like, even when there's no camera involved, or like no like concrete plan. And I feel like that's where like my concerns are as well. Where if we do this, it's only gonna be a one-time thing, or it could be, you know, like if we're up to it, if like we feel like spiritually like full off of it, then we're just gonna.
That's true.
Put our hands up, like, do we want this? You know?
Yeah.
Like, armor points.
I think that in my head, like, the next step where I would go is like, as a individual, as an operator of things and someone who likes to create a lot of different stuff, I like the concept that we're gonna go after, and I'd love for it to catch on, and if it can become something that I think it should exist as a business movement, maybe, like, I don't care if it like doesn't sustain itself over time. I don't know. I think that as long as the conversation changes and people like are different, they're like, oh, I could take a homeless person in and like kind of figure this out. And obviously, like, within our own video, like, we have to give disclaimers and the whole process so that people don't run around just like taking in homeless people, and then like there can be cases and shit, you know what I mean? That's like worst case scenario. It's like, these guys inspired me, and then they're so naive to just taking a random hobo, or someone pretends to be, right? It's like all this random stuff that could happen. So I think I'd be interested in the idea of building something that can sustain itself. I don't know if I would want to, like, I don't know how much of my time consistently I would want to do that for. Like, I'd be, it's kind of like the convention where it's like, oh, it happens once a year and I spend about this much time, but eventually I just want to kind of be like, let me focus on the theme and like selecting the teachers, but like you can be the MC, you could do this, you do that, and I'm like done, right? I don't care to be heavily involved. I just want to make sure that this thing exists, and that it was my taste and my vision that made this happen to begin with. So like, at least I'll keep that part, and then maybe if I start mentoring enough people and they get the vibe, like they understand, I can completely trust them to be like, well, I don't really want to run this anymore, but if I might teach once in a while or just come speak on a panel, but like, I'm no longer like the facilitator of any kind, right? So I feel that way about like a lot of projects, because I like, for in my head, I've probably said this to you at the cafe, I like to build stuff that I think are meaningful, and then if it could stand on its own because someone else wants to come in and do the operations, or it's a team of people, like, wow, this is finally like an amazing homeless project, and maybe the schools start getting involved and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, I would be there to make sure that in the early stages to kind of build culture, so that it doesn't lose its identity of how you and I would build it. It's like, yo, this works, this is authentic, you know, this is coming from the heart, and this is the vibe. So then we would basically bring people in too, until that culture is like clear, where I feel like we could start backing off. But time-wise, I don't even know how much time that would take from us in terms of like how to do that.
Like, we want people to, like, if we continue to do this, and if it becomes successful, like, we want people to carry out our vision
Mm-hmm.
Like we want to teach people like, hey, this is how we would do things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see like a flaw in that, then you can, and if we agree on like what you're doing
Mm-hmm.
could benefit like the vision pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
then by all means just go for it. But as long
Mm-hmm.
as like it fits under our criteria
Mm-hmm.
of what we want, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because we were the ones that would start it,
Mm-hmm.
and then we would hand it off to like, you know, other people. But we would probably be like overseers
Mm-hmm.
over it. Like we would like watch the date, like the operation of how everything would be,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, go from there and hope for the best for everybody.
Yeah, I can see that happening. And then at the very least, just again, inspiring other people to do it on their own time, you know? But yeah, I think it's realistic.
Yeah, like we can always put this, like you said, like we can put a disclaimer of what to expect, and we can also add in there like, hey, this may be a one-time thing. Like we
Yeah.
just want to put this out there and like show the world that we that like anybody can get through anything in life. Like even though they've hit rock bottom, per se,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like they can climb back to like become something they want to be, or something they can achieve something
Mm-hmm.
that they want to achieve. And this is where we would start them off. You know, we would be their cane until they're ready to like walk on their own.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
This is kind of, now I'm kind of just like imagining situations and paths, right? Do you think if, because if we kind of get into like the aspect of like it potentially being a business of sorts, oh God, I'm forgetting. It could kind of stand as its own thing, and probably can even turn into like a nonprofit or something, which would be really dope. And you know that's a great opportunity. And or if it's not that, right? Because it's also an opportunity for you and myself. It opens up doors for different things for our individual ventures, and then also like as a team to just do. It's either we could kind of like focus in that lane for some time to kind of make it mature and then move on to something else, because it would for real it would like allow us some freedom, because of people would probably start asking us to, I don't know, like the LOL related stuff. People will probably cover that, and maybe I don't know how big something can get, but people might ask us to be a part of certain things, or to come speak somewhere, and it's like ad revenue, and then it's like we could pitch stuff to an audience, whether that's like if it's like crowdfunding, right? If people want to fund something, if they want to donate to the cause, and that's something that opens up opportunities where it could just be its own thing completely.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it turns instead into, because if we do it as a one-off project, right, to inspire people, and if we were to be intentional about like, you introduce yourself, I introduce myself, like, we're kind of just two people that have dreams of X, Y, and Z, but we have philanthropic
views,
right? So like, yeah, and it might not just like, we could kind of outreach beyond homelessness and like kids and like broken communities and like all that kind of stuff, where like that's a dream for me in my field and what I'm trying to do in a way, where I just want to be able to have the flexibility as like a nutritional health coach and speaker to just go places and like to help, and then to document those things, make it exciting for people to consume, and then that gains traction and all that kind of stuff, and that opens up more doorways and trust between myself and my audience to be like, he's a really good guy, he's using a lot of the money that he's getting to create these little programs, or he's bringing in artists to inspire these people or to teach them how to do things or whatever it is, like to run around and be a philanthropic guy. Kind of like a more extreme version of like Mr. Beast. Kind of like he makes entertaining content, but he obviously gives back a lot, in his style. My style would be different, I want people to see the action, and also like to see how people respond to stuff, and the fun and the art and the emotions that kind of come with the philanthropic stuff. Not just like we built bajillion schools, but then like you don't see footage, you don't see interactions with the kids, you don't hear words from their mouth, you don't. I want to capture those things, and create stuff with them, right? Like that's like dreams of mine that I really want to kind of do. And then, you know, check in on people here and there. Maybe if someone in a community starts to do really well for themselves, and it's like, you know, a few years ago we helped this person, you know, with the help of you guys, because we've been able to travel and do this thing, you know, we provided them with either books or like internet access or something, and then they started making their own blog, and now they're only 15 years old and they do their own thing, and it's like really amazing. So like it could turn into that, where it becomes a brand of ours, and that is a project, and it's not necessarily an obligation to keep doing it, but instead like this is what we can do, like because we have it in our hearts to do stuff like this.
Yeah, I agree.
I was like, I don't know how you, because like again, that's like two different paths.
Yeah, two. I totally agree with what you're thinking about, and you know, I also want to help. I also want to help my community. That's why I want to volunteer as much as possible, and like every opportunity I get, like I'll volunteer. And like you said, if we become well known, like people are going to reach out to us, like to like, I don't know, not host their event, but like, you know, contribute or like be part of the event somehow, you know. Like for me, like
I think I saw what you're about to talk about.
The MC thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So like I'd never done MCing before, and like because like people like my energy of like my videos and stuff like that. You know, she reached out to me. Joan, she reached out to me. Who's part of the committee, my committee. So she like reached out to me. She's like, hey, do you want to become like an MC? And I was like, at first I was hesitant.
Yeah.
Because I was very like, I don't know how it's gonna be. Like I don't know how I'm gonna be, like with my social anxiety especially.
Yeah.
But I feel like in order to get out of my shell, I have to do something that scares me.
Yeah.
Like really allow myself to be out in the open and really like get used to the atmosphere, especially since I'm a vlogger and I'm trying to be an entertainer, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to be a YouTuber and whatnot. So I feel like it'll be great for me as a learning tool, and really like put myself out there and help me grow.
Yeah, after, you know, knowing that you have social anxiety, it just kind of makes that a bigger deal for you, you know?
Yeah.
And like the whole speaking thing, yeah. Like, oh, respect, man, yeah.
Definitely gotta move my mouth more. But I agree with you on like, you know, helping kids in our community with broken homes. Like it's something that I wanted to like help as well. Like I just wanted to help. I just wanted to see how like this homeless project would
play out.
Go about.
Yeah.
And then go off of like what I can do to help other people, because I love to help people. And I mean, I also was thinking about joining the Peace Corps, but then I was like, nah, because like I have my duties here. Like I want to help my community first before I help other people. Yeah. And I think helping like our community is it should be a priority, because like growing up in Lowell wasn't the best. It's slowly getting there, but it could be more. You know, it could be more than how it is now. Granted, UMass Lowell is buying pretty much everything. And really like pushing, like they're inflating the prices of rent and like inflating the prices of being in Lowell actually. So it kind of weeds out like all the low class like families out there. So, but we also want to help them. You know, we want to help those like unfortunate people that, you know, are like they don't know where else to go. people with broken families usually start off with families that are in poverty.
Mm-hmm.
Not poverty, but like struggling.
Yeah.
That's the right way to say that.
Mm-hmm. Ah, damn, man. Well, I feel that. I think, honestly, I'm like thinking about my friend group. Aside from like expressive movement as a whole, which stems from Jeff, but I think obviously the e-board, they're getting better with like partnering and doing stuff. I mean, aside from like that and like you, I'm not as aware of and of like charitable stuff and like volunteer stuff. Like people, when it comes to people, like I don't know whose head, like people's heads are in that. But I'd like to be aware of those people that like want to make it a part of their lifestyle, not just like it's one thing to kind of just do it here and there, but I think when it's part of your lifestyle, it's kind of different. Kind of having a vision of like how to do more, how to do it better, more efficient, or searching for like the best volunteer program that they could find or something. Yeah. Yeah, I guess, ultimately we just see how it goes. I think my mind just kind of like wandered into those things. It hasn't before, but just, because to also see where your mind might have wandered when it came to thinking about the homeless stuff.
Yeah. Like I have other like my mind is not solely on like the homeless project, but obviously it's still there and I still want to help. And like once we dive into this, like I'll be fully in. It'll be like my top priority, and obviously gonna vlog it. Obviously, just to put it out there and like have people more aware of what's going on. Because like the homeless population is going up actually. So, oh,
I didn't know that.
I guess it always scares me. Yeah, the homeless rate is going up. Yeah. So definitely want to help out as much as possible, and then we will stem from there. We'll branch off to doing other things.
Yeah.
And I think one of my videos, one of my video ideas is that I wanted to, live like a homeless person.
Live like a homeless person? Okay.
Yeah, live like a homeless person for one day. And then see how that goes, and then pretty much maybe like gradually increase that amount of like days. Not saying that I want to be a homeless person, but like I want to experience that like what they go through,
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't thought about that. I don't think so. I don't think I've entertained the idea enough. But yeah, I could just imagine that being like rough, like experimenting to be homeless when you're not actually homeless, but then I just imagine like being treated a certain way. And yeah, I just think about that.
Yeah. Just vlog that life, I guess. And really like have people aware of like it's tough, man. It's tough. It could be tough, man. I'm not saying, I'm not assuming things, but I'm just saying like it could be tough. Like living on the streets like with nothing, and who knows, I might get robbed too,
Yeah.
So that's definitely something to think about, and it's on my agenda. So like I know for a fact later down the line that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's a cool idea. Respect that. Yeah, I was just kind of like writing stuff down throughout our conversation, just so I can better remember everything we talked about. Well, I'm gonna, I guess, pivot just a little bit, not for too long, just because I kind of want to get a little more from you about
Yeah.
just the acting and whatnot.
Yeah.
What is your like action plan? Like, do you got a vision, a plan for that of some kind? Like, what steps to take, or like what different things you're gonna try? Or I'm just curious.
Well, like for
Oh
potentially
yeah,
going to acting.
yeah.
Yeah. So like the steps I wanted to take, like I said when me and Blanky were talking, is that you know I wanted to do improv
Mhm.
or write a script and like really act it out. It'll be like almost like a David Dobrik type of thing where he like it's not normally like a it's not a natural vlog. I mean, it's not a natural like acting, but it's more like it's scripted.
Yeah.
Like some of this stuff is scripted now.
Mhm.
So that's what I kind of wanted to do, but I also want to do my own thing too.
Mhm.
Because like when I first started vlogging, it was
Mhm.
more of a David Dobrik template, I
Mhm.
want to say. And then as I kept vlogging and editing, as like the days went by, I started like having my own identity where I'll vlog like the funny bits, but then I'll add my own style to it.
Mhm.
So definitely want to do improv, script writing, like acting and stuff like that. Like have a crew that we can like sit, brainstorm ideas, and really um, like have fun with it.
Mhm.
And you definitely got to find people who are interested in doing this too, because like not everybody's gonna want to do the stuff that you want to do.
Of course.
You know? Like you got to find people that are really down to like make your vision come to fruition.
Mhm.
And I think that's the most important part too, is to have people to be there to support you in what you want to do, you know.
Mhm.
And it just keeps you motivated. Um,
Absolutely.
but there are days where I just feel unmotivated to do anything,
Mhm.
and or when I look at like how many views I'm getting for this video, I'm just like, damn. Or like my last video, like, yeah, like I don't feel like I want to do this anymore. But
Yeah.
then like, I think about it, I'm just like, you want to do this, and at least like there's not a single person that's watching it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
At least there's people watching it,
Yeah.
and this is what you want to do. Like, are you happy? Like, I keep questioning myself every time that like every time I post a video, or every time like I want to post a video or film, is do I really want to do this?
Mhm.
And every time I question it, I'm just yes. Every time, like yes, I want to do this. I want to do this,
Mhm.
and that'll help motivate me to actually do it.
Mhm.
and and I feel like if I watch other vloggers too, it's kind of like discouraging
Mhm.
because I'm like, oh, I thought about that, but I just didn't do it. Or and there was a recent video that Mr. Beast came out too, and he did what I wanted to do, and I even wrote it down in my book before I'm on my notepad
Mhm.
before he came out with it. Like I'm
Mhm.
talking about weeks before he
Mhm.
came out with it. So it's not like a mental thing too. Like I
Mhm.
forgot what it's called, but it's like when you think of something but you've seen it before. You know?
I don't know what that's called. If that's a thing, if there's a term for that.
Yeah, I know there's a term for that. It's like when you when you see somebody do the thing that you thought you wanted to do.
I have no idea.
Whatever. See, I forgot. It's just a psychology thing. If people are watching this and they know what I'm talking about, let me know,
Mm.
or I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. What else?
I was just gonna start. If you kind of like you're not. You don't really. I'm just gonna throw shit at you. That's all.
Huh?
I was gonna say like just throw some things at you related to that, if just to be helpful. I like to be helpful.
Yeah, and I'm not afraid to like do casting calls.
Yeah.
Like I just seen like an ad for I forgot what it was. Oh, The Matrix 4, right? The Matrix 4 was going to start filming, and there was an ad, and I responded to that ad, and I applied. I just got to send my headshot. I just haven't had the time, so I'm not sure if they closed off the application process and the audition process, but like I don't mind being like an extra, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Like just get your foot through, like in
Good foot through the door.
through the door.
I was thinking that too. Yeah.
Yeah, and go from there.
Okay. I have another. I'm just like, okay, so there's Jess, and then there's, was it Jose?
What?
No, there's just names in my circle, Joseph, that I feel like you can link up with. From amateurs to more experienced amateurs to someone who's been in the industry. Not an actor, but she loves film and does Hollywood stuff.
Oh, cool.
And then I gotta link up with Amanda. She's so difficult. Do you know Amanda Schleifer? No? Yes, no?
No.
She's a dancer, but she's best known for, like, she does, like, body art effects and stuff. She's fucking amazing. And then she's on Joyner Lucas's team. And she's dating Ben, who films, like, Logic and Joyner and Token and stuff like that. So it's like,
okay.
yeah, just being, like, involved with entertainers is just kind of always a good thing.
Yeah.
Are you friends with Rob Chen?
I don't think so.
He's one of the, like, he's like I believe he started off as a dancer and then he pivoted to acting, and I think he's in New York now, and he's serious. Like I see that I forgot how I met him, but he just pivoted and said studied Stella Eider Studio of Acting. I believe he's in New York now, but I think he was kind of like back and forth, or he was in Boston first. But yeah, so now he's just been hardcore with acting, like, a lot. So just looking, and I know he's a cool guy. I don't know him like that, but like we know each other.
Yeah.
I can pass you some names. I have a client that does theater. She loves it. She's amateur, but like, again, someone to just being surrounded by people that play around a little bit in your industry. Great idea. And that'll help you with the motivation and stuff.
Definitely. I'm open to it, man. I'm open to it. Meeting new people, meeting people who are motivated to pursue their dreams, or I'd say like becoming an actor is more like a dream job.
So I guess if we're gonna get practical, I guess, for a moment, and be like adults. When you say it like that, when you say it's like a dream job, do you see yourself kind of like juggling like a standard job? I mean, like, how do you feel about your job now?
Hate it.
Okay, so do you think you're gonna kind of be in this space where you're not a fan of your job and you're always gonna have the thing on the side that you want to one day be like a thing, or is it gonna kind of be like, I'm gonna get a job maybe that I like, hopefully, and I'm gonna put some time towards kind of maybe developing a certain skill, and then still keeping that thing on the side? Because obviously there's a difference. I could get a standard job, or I can try to put some time into trying to get a corporate job, like doing marketing, because I'm like, I could do that. I don't want to do it forever, but I would like that way more than doing something else. But it requires more commitment, but it's also better pay. Maybe I might need a degree. Like it adds more time in a different way. But then you could kind of pivot to like a career until this thing pops off.
Right. Because like not every day someone like has a dream job, like a dream that they want to pursue, and then like actually like, achieve that dream, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's always good to be on that safer side where you have a job that you sort of enjoy,
Mm-hmm.
and that like you're also doing like trying to pursue your dream as well.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's never too late to actually, achieve your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Because look at me, for example, like I fucking never knew I was gonna be a YouTuber. Like I
Yeah.
always wanted to do YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
but I just never like pursued it until like now,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually more happier that I get to pursue my dream
Mm-hmm.
while making money, like making like going like I went to school for this,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm also I'm also a YouTuber, but
Mm-hmm.
also in my career path.
Mm-hmm.
So if one of them takes off or one of them, flops, then I
Mm-hmm.
have one like another choice to go after.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. But
Um,
even if like YouTube did fail, I mean, if like I got fired or whatever, I just look for a new job.
yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's always
Um,
like there's always an option of one or the other, and you can always like if you become big as like in a YouTube platform or
yeah.
like an actor, you can always invest in other things too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's with that.
Um, okay. So I can pass you some names, and my brain is all wired up in like being, brand and business and marketing and all that.
Yeah.
And so, and like the whole focus thing. Um, when you were talking about, acting, I'm only going back to that because it's like, if that's like the dream, right?
Yeah.
So, and there's so many different ways you can get there. I was gonna say, blah, 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 blah. Have you thought of like being like content wise like intentional about that? So like it's one thing to have like a vlog that's a vlog, but then like
Mhm.
building intentional content that kind of paves a specific direction to appeal to a certain demographic.
Yeah. Like I want to like I actually started actually trying to throw some acting in there or drama.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got to have the right people.
Mm-hmm.
And like so far, like I don't have that right now. I don't have that support. So I'm just like vlogging like pranks right now,
Mm-hmm.
or like feel good videos.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I definitely want to like lean more into like scripted stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Um, I had a random suggestion if you want. And I'm just doing this as if I was like walking your path but knowing the things that I know to try to play around and kind of pave that path, make it a little more clear.
mhm.
I would be like to make it clear to current audience, and then your audience will develop, and then you could start kind of picking up more on SEO and like the acting, the communities and all that kind of stuff. And so when I imagine like doing everything in your power to get connected, to build an audience, and to really pick up like skills and stuff, I would be super invested in everything related to acting when it comes to certain channels they want to emulate and their fan base. He's like, oh, like I'm into this kind of comedy. I kind of want to be like this. You jump into the comments. There are like strategies and like ways and like SEO and stuff that you can just do to kind of secure a following, build relationships with them, and then to make it clear that that's what you want, and then you'll get more of it in your life, right? So if I started saying, as an aspiring actor, like, hey guys, like, if you're gonna make like a brand new vlog, like this particular series is gonna be everything related to, I want to pursue acting. Like, I'm not where I want to be, but I know I can get there, and this is gonna be like what it is. And if you make a series like like the struggles of being an aspiring actor, like what the day-to-day is, how it's all over the place, and the struggles of just that, and giving people who might have some similar aspirations or are just like completely terrified of the idea of pursuing a dream in general, or just, you know, capitalizing on the fact that you might be Asian, or whatever that is. You could start to kind of tell a story. I've been telling a lot of people, like clients and like my talent, like, you know, storytelling is like key, and like I'm seeing that more and more with like the top industry performers. Like, story is everything, and if you can provide that for your audience, then they have something to follow, and then they'll start recognizing like, yeah, you know, yeah, my friend Christian is like, you know, he's going after acting. So what's going to happen is anyone who is a viewer of you, or your friend or your family, is in high awareness of this dude's trying to act. And that's a good thing, because then people are going to start sending you random shit related to acting, and they're also going to toss people in your direction that also have an interest in acting. That way, now that your brand is pushed and you're building content consistently around the idea, you should start now cultivating the community and culture around you, because that's what you want. And I've done that for myself, where going from normal person to gamer kid to dancer kid, and getting, you know, gigs and like people asking, do you teach this and that? It's like, oh, go talk to him, because dance. Then it pivoted to health, right? Health and wellness and advice and all that. So now people come to me for that, just because I blast it and I try to take people on this journey. You know what I mean? So I think that doing something like that would be really dope, and it would connect you with people easier. And yeah, just jumping into communities, going into Reddit, going on YouTube, Facebook groups and all that kind of stuff, where you are either engaging with people who are a fan of certain like acting and stuff, or you're trying to communicate with actors in general. Right. Or one of my favorite things that I always suggest to people now is like shadowing. Like if you have, do you have like still where you work a certain amount of days, then you're off like 3 or 4 days in a row? Is that what you're still doing?
I am, but now my schedule actually changed. I'm going to be working from Sunday to Thursday. So okay. I have Friday and Saturday off.
Okay. Yeah, if you could shadow like people, you know, be a homie, DM hella people. Like these are strategies, you know, I've picked up from Gary Vee and all this kind of stuff. And I've practiced some. I've passed it on to some friends, and like there are results to be had, and it does work. As long as you're willing to do stuff like that. And that's where I think if you started wanting that to truly be like it, and knowing that it's possible, especially, and I love it that like it's not a thing, like it's not like when we talk about like, you know, lead Asian males and all that kind of stuff, and like how we've made it to some places, but we still ain't there. That means there's a huge gap still. That means we still have mad opportunity. Versus like if you're a white kid, good luck. Like, right. you know what I mean? Because like you have serious competition, but for us it's like we have to work hard, and like we have to cultivate audiences. But in some regard, still aren't prominent Asian figures that are like, yo, yeah, this person, you know. We just still have like kind of C-list Asians still, you know, barely any A-list Asians. And so that means that's an opportunity for you, as long as, but if, you know, a lot of Asians get discouraged, then they get discouraged. But I think that if it's in you, the way that you believe, and you're totally hearing what I'm saying, where you have to tackle it from all these different angles to cultivate that lifestyle, and to trust that and find the right people who believe in the same thing, people who might want to start writing your scripts, or like people who are filming or whatever. It's like you start building a community that way, and it becomes your lifestyle, right? And you're like, wow, now I'm pumping out skits every so-and-so, or I'm going to auditions regularly with this person or that person. Like that could be your life. And then you'll start landing some things here and there. And then once you start landing a few things, it's gonna
keep going.
Pretty much. So
it's the ball rolling.
I think it's more realistic than people think. It just, most people just don't believe. Yeah. You know.
I think that's why we get like so discouraged. It's because like we just don't believe in ourselves, and then we're just like, all right, well, I don't know if I can do this. And then one thing will lead to another, and you're just like, I don't think I can do this, and then you just like back out.
Yeah, it's got to be the environment. Like, if you had like 10 homies, 5, 4, 3 homies around you that just believed in the same thing, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
So much.
Definitely. All right, man. I think this should wrap it up.
Yeah, it's 9:23. I'm gonna just send you some names.
Alright.
And you can just say, look and make sure I got these names right. Yeah, it's like, hey, I mean, you could stalk them, comment on their pictures and shit, and then just be like, hey, like Fatana said, da 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 da, y'all are cool peoples, and then we should be friends. I, want to act one day, or I'm an aspiring actor. That's all.
Yeah. We can do something for the vlogs, like something outrageous, and like we're just acting it.
Yeah. Be dope.
Like, I'd be like, have you seen David Dobrik? Yeah, so it's kind of like what he does, where he acts in some of the skits, or yeah, where it's all scripted.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we'll meet like random people off Hollywood Boulevard and just like link up with them, and they have like a talent that he'll show,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. And I know for a fact, I believe if I keep pursuing this, like I know I'm gonna make it. I'll be one of the few Asian people. Actually, no, there's a lot of Asian people like on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I just want to be like Timothy Delgado status.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, not even that big. I don't even want to be that big. I'm talking about maybe Jamie Zhang.
He's a cool guy. I know him. I have his phone number.
Oh, you do? Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
See,
I kind of want to be like that level where I'm like, I'm known, but I'm not that known.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I think he's based in New York. He came to Boston.
He came to Boston a few times. That's cool.
Yeah, it's easy, man. All we did was like, I watched one of his videos, and then I was like, yo, Kyle, he's doing like a call to action, like just hit him up, and then we all linked up, and it was pretty cool.
Oh, cool. Call to action where like
he was like, hey, I'll be in Boston, da 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 da, I'm looking for it, blah blah blah, and I was like, yo, bro, get on it. And then boom, that was it. Cool guy. Cool. He's chill. He's tall.
Is he taller than you?
Yeah. He's tall. Like, it might have just been his boots too, but like he is tall. He's a tall guy.
Okay.
Right. Cool guy. It's interesting because like he's a YouTuber. It is the strangest feeling being around like a YouTuber, because like maybe it's just him, right? But like it's so interesting how a YouTuber is like wired, because he does it for a living, and so like the way that he's like kind of in his own bubble. He's still a person, but like YouTube and content is like also at the forefront of his mind.
Yeah, like
so
this can be content. This can be content.
It's very interesting. Yeah, like, and I've been like that, but I haven't met anyone else, that is like for real. So it was interesting.
Yeah, like eating, like doing a mukbang of like eating this.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that. I don't know. Like anything can be content. To be honest, you just gotta make it interesting.
Yeah.
Like every time I walk by, like anywhere, I walk by like a basketball court. Like that could be content. Like we can play. We can do like backwards half court shots, and whoever makes it wins this amount of money. Like, I don't know that.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you some stuff. Or send you some
definitely.
people. I'll do that. Yeah, I mean, you can. We could end this. Do your thing. It's almost 9:30.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was great talking to you, man.
Yeah, dude, it's fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. We gotta do this again.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I'll be off Fridays and Saturdays, so like we can link up, go to a cafe again. We can talk off camera.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Start planning too for the homeless plan.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll hit you up like for like a Saturday, like depending on how busy your schedule is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty like you're a very busy guy, obviously. So
it'll be manageable.
I'll figure it out.
Okay. Well,
I'll message you like some dates. I mean, like we can actually schedule one now if you want.
Let's see. Well, I do have my calendar, my booking thing.
Yeah.
Let me pass that. I can just pass that to you. That'll be. I should be updating that wicked soon, but I try to keep that up to date so that I can just pass it to people, and then it's just simple. I think it's this one. That's not the one. It's this one. Yes, okay, I'll send this to you. Booking. Okay.
Booking site. Gotcha. Monday, Tuesday closed.
Yeah, I have
Cool.
to update it because my life has changed, but the weekends I try to leave open for lots of randomness. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday is like, or Saturday, Sunday more than Friday, but yeah.
Okay. Cool. We'll go from there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right, brother. Good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay. All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Thank you for the live stream, and I hope you success in whatever you want to pursue.
Yeah. You too, bro. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate you.
All right. Bye.
Peace.